Mhm.
Greetings, everyone, and
Hello.
welcome to our celestial quantum healing. And we have Goddess Sundana, aka Brady K, in the building. So, we have some things
And
we want
the
to talk about.
beautiful fairy godmother, don't forget
Yes. Oh, I forgot. Yes, it's
our
me.
official fairy godmother. Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes. Mwah.
I deem her the host. So, okay. So let's talk. We got some things we want to talk about. The first thing, so me and her were kind of chit-chatting, right? And she was saying that she has been seeing a lot of information traveling about there being an attack on the divine masculine. So I
Yes.
want to hear all about it.
So, a lot of like media portrays men being these like uber sexual, always wanting it, right? And what is the number one thing media does? It fucking brainwashes us.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know if I'm really supposed to say that on here.
Yeah, definitely.
But not, and I mean, and not all media, you know, some media does bring the truth. So, but mainstream is usually has an agenda behind what they're putting out there. But like you were saying, when you went and talked to different people, you didn't find that to be true. Um, so it's like, oh, it's almost like the what do you ever call the elites or whatever, the people
Mhm.
who are trying to dumb down humanity so we don't recognize our powers are putting out there this information to make men think, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be having sex all the time. And then when they don't feel like that, they think there's something wrong with them because that's not what, everybody else is doing, whatever, right? Um, and then there's the whole divine masculine, they are here to protect the divine feminine. Like
Mm.
that's like one of, so if they're wasting all their energy e- ejaculating all of their energy out, basically, they are going to be weakened in a way where, oh God, it's like, oh, okay, so many things going through my mind right now. Testosterone in men is what,
Yeah.
keeps them men. I don't know how to say
Yeah.
it. So, the more you ejaculate, the more testosterone you actually eliminate from your body, the more energy. So it creates like a hole in your aura, basically, and you're
Mm.
susceptible to other things. Um, it's so many things,
That's
and that's
interesting.
why,
A hole in the aura.
yes, and
Mm.
it can happen for women too when they, you know, have too many partners, especially if the let them ejaculate inside of them, because
Hmm.
that's like you know, even though you're already mixing body fluids, it's just even more like of a energy exchange, and you don't know what you can pick up if when you don't know somebody very well.
Mm.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there, and like with the libido, I feel like it's been very mis. We've been misinformed about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we just came right in on that. So the backstory is we were talking and we were, I was saying that like I've been collecting data on this for a while because I felt like there was some kind of little and maybe like men have bigger libidos than women, and like they want to have sex all the time and blah 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 blah, And then I would go back and talk to women, those in relationships, those not in relationships, but mainly, especially those in relationships. And it was just like, no, like they want to have sex more than their man does. And like I was telling her, it might be like a week out of the month where it's just like, I'm cool, like, but their appetite is usually bigger than the males. You know what I'm saying? And so that was just interesting. And then that's when she started telling me about the attack on, or this alleged attack on masculinity, which has been going on for I don't know how long. you know, but I really feel like it would be more exacerbated maybe in this time because of the waking up. People are coming like out of zombie land. And it's like even those that are not real book savvy or educated, even those that are ignorant. And when I use that word, I just mean lack of knowing, those that are just ignorant to any backstories, any histories, and just really tapping into their common sense. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes sense, you know, that what we're calling the feminine, divine feminine, does hold a lot more weight than what has been illustrated, portrayed, demonstrated, lived, you know, for I don't even know how long. Like it's way more to this.
At
And
least 6,000 years anyway.
yeah, it's like it's way more to this. And people are ready to get to the bottom of it.
Well, I feel like part of the whole confusion is, even me. I grew up, I was very masculine
Hmm.
because I don't know, it's just kind of what I turned into after
Yeah.
everything I went through. And because I wasn't always like that, like when I was a little girl, I was like strawberry shortcake and dresses, and I wanted to be in ballet class. Like, anyway, anyway, I say all that to say is like, um, it's like they want the divine feminine and divine masculine like mixed up.
Right.
So we're in this state of confusion where we don't come together and um, you
No, it,
know,
it creates, it definitely creates a state of confusion. Like,
and this divide, you know, um, and like what I was saying earlier about the like men leaking testosterone, it can feminize them a little bit,
mm,
and they don't even realize it.
mm,
They think they're men. I get the girls, I get the bitches,
that part, that part.
but it's like that's not what it's about. But they don't, you got to be able to see through and all the bullshit and not ignore that little voice in the back of your head saying, this don't fucking sound right. Because I've always heard it and I ignored it for a long time, but I'm here now.
Yeah. But even in your own personal experiences, though, do you feel like your partners have had more of a libido than you, the males?
No.
Right.
I mean, no. I always wanted to like, yeah, I always wanted to have sex more.
Yeah.
So many things going into my mind right now.
It's like, yeah, like seriously. And that's been the data that I have collected, you know.
And they say they want to be woken up, you under the sheets, sucking it, you
No,
know.
yeah.
But
Hmm.
it's not quite true. You do that for them, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Ugh, not right now." Like what?
Yeah, I'm not with her, not right now.
I don't know why I think
I I am a double, I'm a walking double standard, okay? Like I can say it, but you cannot. Like you cannot. I don't that has rarely ever happened to me where a man is like it's like wait, what? Nah. Nah. Yeah, I'm a walking double standard. Hell to the no. Like
that.
wake your ass up. I don't give a fuck if you tired or not. Like this is what we doing. You know what I'm
No.
saying? This is
No.
what we doing. But yeah, that's I've just and for the women that this was also interesting too because for the women that were not, you know, didn't have like a high sex drive like that, they were just not into their men like that. You know, not saying that they didn't love them, but it was just like, you know, like they sick of that, man.
Yeah.
You know, or it was the major thing, and this is crazy work. The major thing was to like a lack of respect, you know, where the man was doing something that was bringing on like, you know, where the chick just didn't respect him like that. So it's just, you know, like,
Yeah.
so to marriage. What are your thoughts on marriage?
Oof. Gosh. Because it's so because like the mainstream concept, I feel like it's bullshit. Like
Mm.
I have friends who actually got divorced because it was cheaper for them to live. Like they had to pay more taxes and bullshit being married, so they got divorced. They're still together today. They are high school sweethearts. Like
They
been
figured it out.
yeah. Uh, so it's like sometimes I feel like marriage is bullshit. It's more about like the union between two people. Like you can do any type of marriage. Like, do you need a certificate from the state so
That
they can
part.
fucking charge you? Like, it's so I go back because, but then I'm like, I want to have like a ceremony where we like, you know, voice our love for each other and
Yeah, celebration ceremony. Yeah.
yeah, um,
A ritual.
jump the broomstick.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So
I feel the
it's
same.
like,
I feel the same. But you know what's very interesting is um there's like this push and pull on it. It's a I can't say it's an extreme push and pull because it's like let's say 80% of me feels like okay, this shit can get complex. All right. Okay. Let me all right. So there's a part of me that's like, it's not just one person for everybody. You know what I mean? There's also this part of me that's like, from knowing couples that have been together like 20-year plus, right? To me, it's like, get out and experience some other people type situation. You know what I'm saying? Um, And then there's that part of me that's like, yeah, I could settle down and, you know, be married, not like what they call legally or whatever, but like you were saying, have a ceremony ritual type situation. But I don't feel that for me. It's almost like there's a part of me that's like that kind of doesn't make any like why just be with one person, and like make that kind of commitment. Like I'm just gonna be with one person. Like you're my right now. Like right
Well,
now, everything is wonderful, peaches and cream. But I really have seen people, these 20-year relationships outgrow the fuck out of each other. You know what I mean? Like really outgrow each other. They don't sleep in the same room. It's like they're roommates or like they're co-parenting in the same house type situation, you know? And it's like, what is the point in that?
some people just like the comfortableness of familiarity.
I feel like it's a deep programming.
But also at the same time, like, are you talking about like being with one person just like sexually and intimately and
I
all
mean,
like
all of it. Like, I'm not okay, so I don't mean like polyamorous, though that's an idea. Like I understand why people have that
I've
lifestyle.
unknowingly been in a lot of polyamorous
Yeah,
situations unknowingly.
I could see that. But then like I said, there's that majority part of me that's like, mm-mm, I don't want to share. I don't go. Like, no, thank you. You know,
Yeah.
but I definitely understand it. But my deal is and two, I don't mean like I said dating so many people at the same time because I've had that experience where I was just dating. I wasn't necessarily with anyone. I wasn't necessarily having sex with all the people. I was just dating, having a good time. And no, that I had that spurt and I was like, this is tiring. Like it's too much energy. Like too much energy to be dating three people or, two people at the same damn time. It's just like so I just
Yeah.
feel like it's not one person for your whole life. Like you meet somebody when you're a teenager and then y'all like are together till you're fucking 80. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, it could happen. You never know.
No, it
But like,
happens. But I'm just saying when you talk to these people, about their relationships, I feel like motherfucker should have took a pause and seen what the fuck else was out there. For an optimal experience. Like your experience could have been pretty cool, but what I'm saying is most of those couples, for real, most of them, nah, it ain't that. It ain't that. Like motherfuckers just got used to each other. Like it's not
well,
like,
and then it
oh, we've
also
been in
depends.
love this whole time and most
It
of the
de-
time they don't even sleep in the same room.
well, it depends on what you're getting into a relationship for. Like, if you're really out there looking for like a symbiotic relationship that really, pushes you to grow and you push them to grow, and it's very like, like, yeah, it can, but yeah, it all depends on like what you're looking for and um what you decide to settle with. If you're in a
Right. That's the
survival
thing.
mode
Settle.
mind, yeah, if you're in that survival mode mind set, you're not going to go with your heart and, live your life. And that's why I'm so grateful. My mom always was like, don't get married, live your life first.
I mean,
Even though
right?
my dad's the only man she's ever been with. The only, they were together 38 years before he passed away. And, she still wears her wedding ring. So, I mean, but also
And she
there's a
could
lot
have
of
been missing
trauma
out on
behind
some
that.
really great penis. That's all I'm saying.
But it's not about that. Like I feel like sex has been so pushed in our face for whatever reason because they know how much energy we exert when we do
Oh, of
have sex.
course.
And they,
Definitely.
they just want to suck all that stuff up. They just want all that energy. Yes, release all that energy, give all that energy away. We want it. But yeah, it's not like relationships don't aren't like I when in my experience when they've been like sexually based and
No, I'm
never
not
last.
saying that that should be the major focal point, but it definitely it's a major part of it, you know? Like it's called love making for a reason.
And then how are you guys connecting on a level to spark that love making process?
But
You
that's
know,
what I'm
like
saying with people who have been together for so freaking long, you know, like
yeah, some people work at it, some people don't. And yeah, when you're, oh my God, I was so comfortable for so long in the shit
right.
that I brought to myself. Like I shoveled the shit around me. I did it. And I sat in it.
And
Woo!
loved it. Like, and loved it. It was like
Yeah,
it smells a
because it
little
was
bad,
nice
but
and
it's
warm and
okay. It's
comfortable.
okay.
I was comfortable. It was familiar,
Mhm.
you know. What do they say? You rather it's better you mess with the devil you know than the devil you don't.
My mama told me that. That was the first time I ever heard that, y'all. A lot of these things I didn't know about until I was older.
And they make so it's like I'm looking at them all so differently now, like from a whole different
Hmm.
perspective because it's like I know I'm the devil.
Yeah,
So
choose the
it's
devil
like
you
I'm
know.
afraid of these other parts of me and that's why I stay
Mhm.
comfortable in these shitty situations instead of exploring the other parts of me, the other darknesses,
Mhm.
and I'm so grateful I've been doing that. So grateful I started my, the shadow work or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah. Hmm. That's funny. Me and Tati have been conversating. That's my shadow. She has been really popping up for like the last week, week and a half. It's
Oh
been
my, you need to
interesting.
watch Stranger Things because it's about a shadow being.
Ew.
Yeah. And I feel like the symbolism in it is just like we only have to look inside of ourselves to conquer anything.
Mhm.
And the answer is inside of us all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the fucking time.
Well,
All
every
the,
time.
all the time.
Yes.
You know? Which is great because you get to make like these conscious. It's very interesting to be right there on the spot when, like you're making a decision. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to see it from like all these different angles. You know, when before it was like you didn't have all that perspective or all those different perspectives. It was really the ego driving. You know what I mean?
Oh
Because you
yeah.
do shit, you be like, this ain't gonna turn out well, but
I really want to do this right now.
I really want to do this right now. And then you wake up paying for it, you're like, fuck it.
Oh yeah.
You're like, damn, why I do that? Fuck. I gotta clean up this mess.
Oh yeah. I justified so many things because,
Mm,
my ego said I needed it to survive.
mm,
You need that to survive. Who cares about like, oh, we just do things. We ask forgiveness later.
mm. Ooh. That's the
It's like
thing.
a little
And
disrespectful. But
and who
anyway.
are you asking forgiveness from?
Yeah.
I caught myself. in that space. And I was like, where are these thoughts? And it's so funny how when you really start to pay attention to your thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta call, just like you call a motherfucker, you gotta call the motherfuckers out. Like, where you come from? Oh, you some debris. Mm-mm. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, I don't even operate like that, boo. Like, that's some old programmed ass shit. Like, the whole guilty and shame and, like, come the fuck on. Like, get serious, get real, you know?
Yes.
That's crazy work. Okay, so sex is always a very interesting topic, but why, as many people are having sex, it's been going on for quite some time. Why is it's so interesting that it's so taboo, but still at the same time out profusely everywhere. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. That's the cognitive dissonance. That's another thing they use to keep us confused, because it almost makes you hyper focused on sex, you know, because, what was the best thing you did when you were a teenager? Everything you were told not to do. So they put this whole taboo thing on sex. So, it makes you want to do it more.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, they how your parents like cover your eyes during movies where, they're like, oh, don't watch that. But then you can go to school, like sex is everywhere. Yeah. But it's like, oh, don't watch it, but do it. Don't talk about it, but it's going to get done to you, but don't talk about it. Like
Right.
it keeps that confusion and in this fucking zombie land, this hypnosis, this fucking game that we have to play to make our spirits stronger. I don't know. This
No, real life.
gym of life.
This is very interesting to me. And then um it's funny too how like just amongst a group of people, you know what I'm saying, just having a conversation, like how taboo motherfuckers really act it is. Like,
Oh yeah, but be having sex parties and going on vacation couples and swapping wives and bullshit like that shit was going on in my hometown. I didn't even know it.
yeah.
Like everybody gossiped about my grandpa being Chester, the child molester, but
Mhm.
nobody came to me and said, "Hey, did you know everybody's talking about you like this?" No, not at all. I had to find out when I was older, like, oh, that's why everybody treated me the way they treated me. That's why some of my teachers didn't like me. That's why kids made like their parents who went to school with my parents and all my aunts and uncles, because they all came from a small town. It's just so fucked up.
That's crazy too. And to be that family member, because I had this discussion with my cousin about her grandfather, and it was so matter of factly like, and I'm thankful too that it was me and her, and then plus we had another cousin, you know what I'm saying, that was there. And I was just, we were having a conversation and she was talking about some children being at her grandpa's house. And I was just like, why? Like everybody know better than that not to be leaving them kids around so and so so and so. She was like, "What are you talking about?" Like she got real defensive, and I was like, "Girl, like since I've been a little girl, this is known. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I said, why you think we ain't never been to y'all house? You know what I'm saying? Why you think we ain't never been to your grandma's house? Like as kids and was left like no. A lot of family members ain't been in y'all house, not just because your grandma stayed secluded. No, because of her husband. And I was like, you need to go talk to your aunts and your great aunts because this is not unknown. Like my great aunt, not just my aunt, but my great aunt has stories about her grandpa, you know? And then she got an attitude, got defensive and all this shit. And my other cousin was like, she was like, she's not lying. She was like, I've known that since I've been a little kid too. That's why we don't go over there. She said same damn thing, you know? But it's crazy because how crazy is it that it was talked about amongst everybody? That's what was so weird, for her not to know. But it wasn't talked about.
Yeah, because it's like a secret, everybody
Crazy.
talks, it's like good gossip, and gossip is like usually the person who it's about I don't doesn't really ever know because nobody tells them. I don't know. It is really fucked up how it works. It's really fucked up, and that's why I'm so grateful for this channel and our mission here with celestial quantum healing is to make these things an open conversation. And
Mm,
in the Me Too movement and all that, like um coming out publicly and like kind of I feel like there is a shift starting to happen in the mainstream, although
yeah.
it's still the fucking Epstein list people are still out there, not arrested. Like shit's not all the way there yet, but it's slowly getting. It's 1% at a time.
Yeah, it's it's actually more talked about and now it's like so much data or information coming forth, at this time about these predators and their activities. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And I really feel that that is important because hurt people hurt people. We have
yeah,
a lot of that going on. But what's crazy with the with the uh with the motherfuckers who are at the top of this shit is the fact that you only see the motherfuckers at the bottom, that are hurt and are have been hurt and are hurting people, but they're hired by these motherfuckers at the top who who
yeah. Who you
realize
don't
the
see?
psyche and how it works and have them running these rings, you know, where they do all these things for currency. It's buck wild, and now um it's crazy because it's almost like, how in certain they call them crime families, right? It's like your family was known for poppy, you know what I mean? And so this is the family business. This has been a thing, like it's the same with them, like harvesting children, trafficking, you know what I mean? Like this has been a family business, like from generation to generation to generation, you know what I'm saying? So, we are thankful and give gratitude that we're getting to the point to where we're raising our vibration enough to push this out here so that it can discontinue, so that our lowest of all lows is no longer involving children. You know what I mean? So that's a great thing. Um, and I kind of feel that there's a lot of negativity especially on the people that have, hurt others. But I feel that it's necessary that things are going down the way that it's going down. For those that are in the back scenes watching, to be like, damn, like I have that desire. I be doing shit like that. You know what I mean? And to see the responses like that's not okay. We do have um a lot of like what is it, like psychopathic people, that don't have a lot of empathy doing these type of things because they kind of shut it down really young because things was done to them, you know. Um, so they have a kind of normalcy about these things. And so I feel like since it's so much out here, it's kind of like, oh wow, no, that's not normal. That's okay. That's not okay. Like, oh, this is me exercising my power. You know what I mean? So let me find a different channel. Let me go get some assistance. Let me, because this is not okay. And I have this problem, you know?
Yeah. It's such a, oh my gosh. My mind just going so many places right now because it's such a controversial topic. In some case, because it's like, there's the people out there who are like, oh, well, who are these people that are trying to do this to us? Like, oh, who are they? Like, so it's easily brushed under the rug. But I feel like it's changing now, especially with the internet and information that we're
The information
that we're
highways.
we have access to now, and like the unity is happening, and unity on the level where we understand we all have differences. It's just you have a certain ability and you have a certain ability, and I don't know if we're all come together, we can use all of our certain abilities to overcome all of this.
That part.
Yeah, it's happening.
Hmm.
But okay, so what were we talking about now? Oh my God.
We were just talking about the abusers being abusers themselves, and then family business. How for the ones at the top, this is just a
Oh,
family fucking business.
my mind went blank for a second. Duh. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Okay, let's see. I, God, I guess I don't know if I want to talk about, like, I don't want to name any names or anything, but like, my mom is Sicilian.
Mm.
She comes from a certain name. I don't know. I don't, I don't, I've heard things about uncles, but I don't want to like say anything.
Right.
I don't know if it's true, so I don't want to like
Exactly.
get anyone in
Right.
trouble at the same time. But I'm grateful my grandma moved away from all of that and was protected from that because now, we don't have to deal with any of that stuff. So,
And
um,
your mom was from Chicago, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
yeah.
Saying all the rumors are true. Yeah.
Yeah. And my grandma's maiden name is very, very prominent. I'm not going to say it, but, um, I don't know.
Yeah, but I
I
just
feel
said
like
all
that's
that to
why,
say that, like they don't have so many emotions tied to it and like about what they're actually doing. Because, like I said, they grew up in the business. It is a family business. It's just generation to generation. This is how you make your money. You know what I mean? This is how you build your empire. off of, doing these, um, these heinous acts and experiments and, you know,
Yeah, it's it's kind of like sickening when you think about it, but at the same time, like that's always happened.
Mhm.
Like the we've always been scientists, everyone in like experimenting, like even where we come from, like Dark Mama, like it was like you had to experiment. I don't know. I feel like it's always going to happen, and there's always going to be controversial things.
Yeah.
We just have to follow what we know in ourselves to be right, and not worry about next person so much, as long as all being good. I don't. Oh God, this is just such a vast topic, and there's just so
Yeah,
many.
it is. It is, but we have the faith in our fellow humans and ourself, our collective, um, that, at least
Yes.
within a decade, that this will be done with, you know.
I mean, I feel like that's the highest and greatest choice. But like, if it's done, then it's done. And like, what's next?
Yeah,
We're
no,
not
that's
gonna
what I
know
mean.
what's next until we experiment.
For them to go and make something else trendy that pays a lot of fucking money. But for this to become so dangerous, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not worth the risk. Money wise, it's not worth the risk. And the families go into some other
Do you
types of
think?
business.
Do you think that's what Enki said when he put the God spark inside humanity and created a whole new species? I mean, I feel like there's always going to be someone out there being like, "Ooh, I wonder what will happen if I did this."
Oh, of course, it's
You
always
know?
going to be the extreme, right?
Yeah. So, um, all we really can do is just like focus on right now and okay, what am I doing right now to balance and harmonize because like, sacrificing children and money laundering and human trafficking and all that's like a, too much on the unbalanced like it's unbalanced right now like like we
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, like the exposure of it, um people being more knowledgeable about the holistic world we live in, not just, the physical, but also like I feel like more and more people are realizing that there is like another dimension out there. Like there's whole other sides to everything. And I mean, maybe one day all of this, you know, crazy experiments with humans and baby sacrificing and stuff will be not happening, you
That's
know.
that's what we're putting the faith
And
in, definitely in my reality, it won't be there. It's like, since we're talking quantum, we know that if you don't focus on something, it doesn't exist. You know, that is my only issue with education. At times, you know, So it's almost like, okay, everybody knows what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? So like, let's set that the fuck down, and really um start focusing on our joy, our love, our creativity, you know, I feel like a lot of these things too are going on because of the lack of people stepping into their own hearts and their creativity and like really riding a wave of inspiration. Like as soon as you find something that, just gave you a real quick jolt of inspiration, you know, like staying on that trajectory, until you're genuinely inspired. I think people are not inspired anymore and don't think too highly of themselves anymore to tap into their creativity.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so the Europeans ruined it for everybody because when they went and colonized Africa and stole the knowledge from, the great mothers and all that, and basically tried to abolish the black mother, the dark creation, like the dark creator
Hmm.
and her wonderful essence. Like they literally tried to erase it. It made other people think that they can go do the same thing on all types of levels, like macroly and microly. Like now people think they can just go and take shit. Like that's why the mob works. Like they think, oh, I can just go take shit. I can just go take shit. Like and then the true people of this earth, they know about abundance. They live in abundance mindset. They like, okay, yeah, you can have that. Like, wait, why are you stealing and killing my people? I'm giving you a like it's so wild. It's wild,
Hmm.
you know. But we are I feel that is there's a turning point happening right now.
Definitely.
And people are realizing like, oh, I I can do this on my own, right? And realizing like, yeah, it's not right to just go and claim something and gatekeep it. It's so yeah, it's I mean that is it's like yeah, what's the answer? Oh, everybody should just focus on their love for themselves and everything will be
No,
great.
real
Now
life.
the balance will be there
No,
for
real
them.
life. Real life.
Um,
And you'll treat the
waking
rest of
people up to that
creation
is
a lot better because of how you value and love yourself.
yeah. Um, I'm just recently waking up to that.
Yeah.
I thought
No,
the
when you
only value
genuinely
I
love
had.
yourself, because what comes along with loving yourself, it's a whole process
Oh yeah,
where
you attract
you
so much
and
goodness.
compassion and you learn how to give yourself grace. You learn how to drop judgment. You learn how to, so it's like all these are processes. And so you don't even look at humans outside of yourself in the same way anymore.
Yeah, and it's just like you're able to balance and harmonize more easily. Like that's all it's about. Like our energies just need balance and harmony, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but at the same time, the experiences we go through, we have to go through so we know, like, okay, well, I need to do that, like, especially in this physical realm that we are projecting our light into right now. Um, Collecting the data on it is the most important. Like we need to see what's going to happen when I do this, so I know what I need to do to balance it. Like, in that, you know, all of that, all of those experiences go into our spiritual growth and our, because we're not only here as humans, like trying to um, expand and grow, but also our spirit is expanding and growing at the same time and leveling up on the information and data they're collecting in this lifetime,
Mhm.
as well as all the previous other lifetimes, because it's like it's constant growth and expansion on all levels. So, these things need to happen in order for the expansion and growth to continue. Because when it's not happening, there's like what happens when the chess game is done? Like, it's done.
Mhm.
I mean, there's no more, like, do you ever? I don't know. I just don't see that happening in this thing. That energy has been proven to be forever, not forever existent.
Forever existent. Forever existent.
you know.
Forever existent. That's I was about to go off on somewhere else.
Yeah. So
But
it's
yeah,
like
I get that. So is there
I
anything
don't.
you
I feel like I'm sounding like an advocate for like bad shit, but
for
I'm
what?
an advocate for like all the bad shit that's happening around. I'm not trying to advocate anyone to go out there and
Not
do any, but we're I very much believe that we're all predestined to be here for a certain reason.
Mhm.
And yeah, some people are here to do the bad stuff or what we think is bad.
Yeah, the low vibrational shit.
Yeah, because it has to happen in order for us to have that trajectory power to go keep on in this constant spiral of elevation and expansion, you know?
Yes. So one more quick topic. Um, because with the wealth of information that is out there today, one of the biggest things is the healing modalities of cannabis, you know,
Ooh,
or the healing qualities of cannabis,
I'm gonna
right?
make my mom watch this so she can
No, but
hear
what's
this.
very interesting was, one of the tribal members put up this video with this man talking about masculinity, right? And one of the things that he said was, we smoke the female part of the cannabis, and it
Hmm.
is affecting males that are like smoking a lot. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, like it's affecting them and like they're becoming more feminine.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've never heard that.
Yeah, it was on that on this video. I thought it was pretty interesting. I definitely seen his perspective on it. Like I got it. Um, but he was talking about, how men are picking up more, the ones that smoke a lot are picking up more on, are tapping in more to the femininity because they are smoking a female plant a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then he went on to say that these are the ones, right, that live with their chicks. They don't work. They play video games all day. Or the mofo that sleep on the couch. You know what I mean? These are always the ones that freaking smoke a lot.
I mean, I know. plenty of men that smoke a lot, and they definitely take care of their household and are very masculine.
Hmm.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting. But yeah, he was saying that a lot of men are not aware that they are smoking that female plant and that they are, tuning in more to their feminine side, taking on more feminine characteristics and traits.
I don't know. It just sounds like propaganda to me.
It's a very interesting theory. It's
No,
always
of course, yes.
interesting.
Yeah, I do see where he's coming from, like because it is,
Hmm.
female plant. You're
Hmm.
smoking that female energy.
Like I could see how he came up with the 1 + 1 = 2. I mean, I could see that, but it's a lot of different ones and a lot of different ones to equal twos. So it's like I got where
Mhm.
he was coming from, but it didn't completely align with with my reality, and then that's what I was just gonna say. I get a kick out of listening to stuff like that because how perfect is this game that we play? You know what I mean? Where
Yeah,
as many individuals as there are, right? There are that many different realities. And also this co-reality that we all are in together and how all these intricate moving parts can be separate and one all at the same damn time.
I know. It's mind blowing to think about. Like, I was just staring at this tree outside, and it has like a hole in the bottom, like a womb. And I'm staring inside, and I swear I can just see everything all at once.
Hmm.
Like the primordial ooze of creation. There's like everything happening all at once inside um this hole in this tree, and it's just like wow, this is really perfect because like all of that happening all at once has to happen in order for even this conversation we're having on this podcast right now. All types of crazy things had to happen for us to come together. It, so it's like when you think about the 9 billion people on this planet and all the different things that have to happen to put them in their different scenarios every day, like
Do you really think it's
so
9
many
billion
things.
people on the planet?
Huh?
I said, do you really think that it's 9 billion people on the planet?
There could be more. I don't know. And I okay, so my mom and I were discussing the flat earth, round earth theory, right? And I
Hmm.
was like, Mom, what if the earth is flat and round at the
At the
same
same
time?
time. Hmm.
We just see this flat part that we're encapsulated in on this huge ass fucking planet. There's probably way more continents and all this than we even know about. Those ice walls, who knows what's north has ice, south has ice. Like, who knows if we're even going east, west, all the way around? Like,
Oh, that was a good point. I was going to talk about that earlier with reality. I heard a long time ago, I was super young, that, north, south, east, west, like it's all backwards, you know?
yeah,
And that hit me so hard because I was terrible at directions. Terrible. And I used to sit and I would be like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, anyway, we're gonna close it out. I think that's the perfect time to close this out. We appreciate y'all for coming through, hanging out with us at the Celestial Quantum Healing Podcast. We love y'all so much. Peace, love, and bliss. Peace, love, and bliss. And remember, through your heart, boost. through your heart, boost. Peace.